Damn, what in the world is going on? I hop on Twitter and I see that the FBI is investigating the death of former Colts owner Jim Irsay and the doctor who was supplying him with huge amounts of opioids and ketamine injections. That same doctor signed Irsay's death certificate and ruled it as a natural cause of death. Let's go straight to the article itself. FBI is investigating the death of Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay. The FBI is investigating the death of Jim Irsay, the former owner of the NFL's Indianapolis Colts, as well as the recovery doctor who provided him with prescription pain pills and ketamine in the final months of his life, according to documents reviewed by the Washington Post and two people with knowledge of the investigation. A federal grand jury subpoena reviewed by the Post shows the agency is seeking records and information relating to Irsay's death, his substance, illegal, and prescription use, and his relationship with Dr. Harry Hanotunian, a prominent addiction specialist based in California. The subpoena was issued earlier this month from the U.S. District Court for the Central District of California in Los Angeles. Federal agents visited Indianapolis for several days this month, according to two people with knowledge of the investigation, and interviewed multiple people who were close to Irsay over the final years of his life. These people spoke on the condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to publicly discuss the investigation. A spokesperson for the FBI's field office in Los Angeles did not immediately reply to a request for comment Thursday. The Beverly Hills Police Department, which initially investigated Irsay's death, has not been contacted by the FBI, a department spokesperson said. Colts Chief Legal Officer Dan Emerson, in a phone interview Thursday, said the team is aware of the investigation but has not been served with a subpoena or contacted by the FBI. Quote, I do understand that there have been some subpoenas provided, but not to me, the Colts, or any of our current employees, said Emerson, who declined to comment further. Harotunian, the recovery doctor, did not reply to messages this week seeking comment. Irsay died in May at 65 while vacationing at the Beverly Hills Hotel in California. Harutunian was staying at the hotel and overseeing Irsay's treatment. He signed the death certificate, stating the cause was cardiac arrest caused by pneumonia and heart issues. No autopsy was performed, and Beverly Hills police closed their investigation into the death days later. But in August, a post-investigation revealed that Irsay, who had publicly claimed to have kicked his addiction to pain pills, has secretly relapsed and was, in the final months of his life, receiving opioid pills and ketamine injections from Harutunian in amounts that alarmed several people close to the longtime Colts owner. The Post reviewed images of pill bottles that showed Harutunian prescribed Irsay more than 200 opioid pills in the days before he suffered two overdoses in the span of 12 days in December 2023. Harutunian later added ketamine to Irsay's treatment regimen, according to four people who witnessed the Colts owner receiving injections. Quote, I dedicated 18 months of my life to try to take care of him. As a brother, Harutunian told the Post in a brief interview this summer, we did everything we could to make him as comfortable as possible. The use of ketamine with substance abuse patients is controversial, according to experts, with the well-publicized case of Matthew Perry demonstrating the drug's potential for abuse. Perry's 2023 death, which was also investigated by federal law enforcement in Southern California, led to criminal charges against 5 people involved with procuring him the drug, including 2 doctors. Irsay was one of the more charismatic and influential NFL owners of the generation, known as much for his colorful persona as he was for the Colts' on-field success, which culminated with a Super Bowl win in 2007. But he struggled throughout his life with addiction, which periodically caused public turmoil around the Colts, including when police in 2014 found dozens of pills and thousands of dollars of cash in his car. He was convicted of intoxicated driving. After the 2014 incident, Irsay took pride in speaking candidly about his struggles with addiction and launched a nonprofit initiative relating to mental health issues, including substance abuse disorders, calling Kicking the Stigma. But in December 2023, signs of a relapse emerged. Police and paramedics were called to Irsay's home outside Indianapolis because he had been found unconscious. Police logged the incident as a suspected overdose, but Irsay would later claim that drugs played no role and that he had only been suffering from a leg injury. This incident was indeed an overdose, the Post later reported, as was a separate one 12 days later at a hotel outside Miami. The second overdose left Irsay hospitalized for several months. The Colts at the time claimed he was being treated for a severe respiratory illness. Irsay later offered a different explanation, claiming he had been recovering from back surgery. Irsay's treating physician throughout this time was Harutunian, who was better known around the Colts and to his patients as Dr. Harry, a former physician, director, and spokesman for the famous Betty Ford Center in Southern California. Harutunian had treated a number of celebrities for substance abuse disorders over the years, including Aerosmith lead singer Steven Tyler. Well, the last two overdoses that they're talking about here, where he's lying about his leg injury, lying about his back injury, that sounds like some addict activity. That they lie. Addicts lie. There's no other way around that. Now people are calling this a Michael Jackson situation. They Michael Jacksoned cuz. Follow the money. Funky medicine by a funky doctor. Can't say I didn't see this coming. Sad story. Investigate Jonathan Taylor too. Damn. Rockstar until death should have been on the death certificate. Wait, what in the actual fuck? We have another Michael Jackson case on our hands here. Probably a little column A, a little column B. Michael Jackson vibes here. Really sad to even think about. Michael Jackson vibes. They also said this was similar to the Matthew Perry situation. I want to know your thoughts in the comment section below. The FBI is checking this out. They're sniffing around. They're asking questions. They're doing their due diligence to see what actually happened. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. That'd mean a lot to me. See you later.